Hello. Oh, there we go. A little bit over there. Out, towel on me bum. Oh, tea towel. Hello. Sorry about the hair. It's I've just washed it and well, it used to be long enough to flick back and it'd stay behind there, but at the moment it's so soft and short that it just flops. But it's shiny. Oh, see, it stops. I'm used to going off the screen. Anyway, how are you all? Yeah, a bit later. Normally I do these, excuse me, oh, hairbrush. Normally I do these after Doctor Who, but if you saw my Doctor Who review, first of all, thank you. And second of all, you know that I've been making my dinner at the same time. So I thought, well, I'm going to have dinner and I'm sort of chilling out. And yeah, so did I walk that tea bag? Huh. Oh. So yeah, had dinner, and then himself got up, so I was sort of talking to him, and obviously I don't like recording when he's around because it's not fair on him. He's got to be quiet. So yeah, today's been fun. We had an Adam. Adam and I realised we hadn't seen each other for a while, and he's been busy or sick or busy. I've mostly been pretty flexible, you know. He's the one who comes to me because it's easier. He drives. And I did set the timer. Did walk the tea bag and set the timer for my tea. So, one moment. Sorry about that. I now have tea. So, there was an edit. I have no idea what that looks like. Suddenly tea. Yes. So, what was I talking about? Not a whole lot. Yeah, Adam came round. We realised we haven't been to the cinema since Teen Titans Go to the Movie. So I've told him about my new work schedule because we hadn't really had a chance to sit and talk about it. And finishing wise, I'm finishing about the same time I used to finish at my old job, but as I've mentioned before, I have to get up earlier, so late nights are not such an easy thing to do. So theoretically, if it's like a 90-minute movie, we might be able to do a midweek, but realistically, we're going to do Friday and the weekend. Now, for the movie, especially if we're doing a longer one, even 8 o'clock, a 2-hour movie brings us to 10 o'clock, and then sitting in the car talking about it until at least 11 o'clock, and then sort of coming in and having a cup of tea and stuff like that. Yeah, it's too long. So, yeah, we've talked about that. We haven't decided what we're doing yet, which one. We've got a couple on our list. But hopefully, Friday, we will be seeing... sorry, looking for the book. We will be seeing a film of some description. The ones that you want to see are Grinch, Beast 2, Ralph 2. I think there's another one that I was curious about that we want to watch. So there's a few that we might be picking through. Is there another one? Oh, I can't bloody remember now. Let's just check the film listings at my local cinema for this weekend. Hello, getting very close now. Sorry, just getting my mouse to work again. Do you, those of you who have Bluetooth mice, do you have to keep waking them up? Like, even if you've just been using it for 2 seconds? Cinema listings. We'll jump to... Okay, apparently I can't jump to Friday. Oh, no. Saturday and 15th, so that will be the right week. And apparently there's nothing on that week. We'll go to the Thursday. Give me an idea. Aquaman, not that bothered. Bo-Rat, maybe. Mortal Engines. Actually, that does look good. I've not read the first book yet. But that looks interesting. Nativity Rocks, new. Ralph 2. Robin Hood, W. Oh, Into the Spider-Verse. Grinch. Oh man, gun. White Boy. Huh. So, not a whole lot, actually. So, yeah, basically the ones I've mentioned. And it was Spider-Verse will be out yet. And I've heard good things about Into the Spider-Verse, so I'll have to look at that. So, yeah, we are looking at catching up with the films. We have discussed the idea of doing a double feature. That might work if we do like the couple of the animated movies. Like, I don't know, probably either Grinch and Ralph or Spider-Verse and Ralph. I don't know. We'll see. Because I know Grinch, from what I've seen on headlines on YouTube, that some people don't seem to like Grinch. So I'm like, I'm not sure about. I'm still going to want to see it because I'm kind of curious to see it, and plus it's Benedict Cumberbatch, so kind of gotta. I've also seen mixed reviews for Beasts 2, and I've been directly recommended by a mate not to go see it. But we've got Cineworld cards. It's not going to cost extra, but it's costing more not to go. Yeah, either way, we'll be reviewing them and sharing our thoughts here. So look forward to that. Hopefully over this weekend. Oh, sorry, yeah. For 14, 15, 16. See how we feel. But yeah, he's off for the whole weekend, so we will have a look. Meanwhile, should we see what today's question is? Yay! Right, so. Ooh, we're getting close. We're getting close. Are you excited by this sort of coming to an end? Because I'm excited. It's been a busy year. Ooh, I'm sure we've had this one before, or a similar. Okay, we've had other questions about superpowers. Imagine you woke up with the ability to read minds. How would you use your power? Well, as previously discussed when talking about superpowers, I don't know. I mean, crikey. I live in a block of flats. So if I woke up suddenly being able to read minds, it would depend on how the power manifests. Because if it's like one or two minds coming in where you can control it, which if you just wake up with that ability, who knows that you can control it. I think I'd probably want to take myself to the quietest place possible and get away from as many people as possible. So, if it's, depending on how it manifests, if it's just like the way it's shown in Buffy, where eventually it becomes too all-consuming, I'd probably want to go hide myself. But if it's one that you can sort of turn it and tune into certain people, I would ignore my neighbours, because that's rude. I don't know. I've always had this idea, and obviously this isn't like, separate from mind reading, but I've always kind of liked the idea of being able to just gently nudge, and like get a person to speak honestly, or like, I've not always been the most popular person in any of my social circles or work environments, and there's always that person who's kind of snidey or just okay. I'll use a more political example. Pick a politician or a public figure that you often think of as being a liar or being somehow detrimental to your cause, and I'm maybe we're all thinking of a similar person. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but to then be able to nudge and make them confess, especially, and this is not naming any names, not being specific to any one person, but if they had actually committed a crime, like a properly, genuinely heinous crime, like a sexual assault, either on an adult or a minor, and basically nudge them to admit that they have done this heinous crime, forcing people to tell the truth. I mean, it's not quite a mind-reading power, but it is the sort of thing I've thought about. Like, if, again, scaling it back down to people at work, is like, well, having them openly admit, yeah, I don't like that person, I think I've got no particular reason to, but, whatever, she annoyed me, so... Just getting them to admit they're idiots. Getting people to admit, but that's not necessarily mind-reading. I don't know, the idea of reading someone's mind. I mean, yeah, I like the idea where you see it used in popular media as like probing into someone's mind and getting the quiz answers, or I suppose if you could control the day that you wake up with the ability to mind read, you could do it on a day you've got an interview, or maybe you've got a couple of interviews lined up, and then use it to gently probe around the edges of the interviewers' minds to see what sort of answers they're expecting when they ask the questions, or to preempt what they might be asking or want to know. So I think that would be useful. That would be a practical use for it. But otherwise, I don't know. Just hopefully I'd try and use my powers for good. But mostly I'd be trying to avoid getting a headache. Yeah, speaking of headache, I mean, my hair's mostly drying, but it's a bit damp around the bottom, so probably just take the heat off and think about getting ready for bed. Alrighty, yes, so that's, yeah, I'd try and use my powers for good, perhaps, and try to avoid crowds where possible. So that's my thoughts. Feel free to share any of yours, and as always, if you have been, I really appreciate you watching. It's awesome. I've been Michelle, you've been listening. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.